I just want to take a moment today to bring it to everyone's attention that everyone's favorite little golden boy, Paul Ryan, has once again turned on the pro-gun community. Now, this guy, if you ask me, has proven himself time and time again to be self-serving and opportunistic. And he has never stood behind supporting what is supposedly his base. So this is just another example of him doing that. As we all know, the SHARE Act passed committee not too long ago and was said to be heading to the House floor very soon. Well, now, after this shooting, this attack in Las Vegas, Paul Ryan has now said that he has no plan to bring it to a vote anytime soon and doesn't know when they will, effectively shelving the legislation. Now, this legislation was also shelved once before, back during the attack on the senators during their softball game, and the congressmen during their softball game. So it seems like Paul Ryan's convictions are very fluid and very convenient. They're whatever he thinks he can do that would be successful and make himself look good. Now, some people will say, well, he's just waiting until he thinks it'll pass because it probably won't pass now. Why wouldn't it pass? It is a Republican-dominated House. It should pass the House easily, because if it doesn't, that means there's people in the Republican Party that do not live up to their promises and that will turn on us as soon as it's politically viable and convenient for them to do so. So I think now is the perfect time to bring it to a vote in the House. If they have to wait a little while before the Senate takes it up, or the Senate gets it and has to wait a little while for things to die down, that's fine. But right now in the House, where it should be a slam dunk, it needs to be voted on, and people need to let him know that. Now is the time to call these people out, because when they support us when things are good, that means very little. It's when they support us when things are hard, when things are bad, that's what means something. And right now they're showing us when the going gets tough, they switch sides. So we need to let them know that that's not going to be acceptable. If this bill doesn't come up for a vote, then we will hold Paul Ryan personally responsible, and any Republican congressman that didn't call for it to come to a vote. And then if it does come to a vote and for some wild reason it didn't pass, we need to make sure we hold every Republican congressman that votes against this and Democratic congressman that votes against this accountable. This whole notion that Hillary Clinton, like Hillary Clinton brought up, oh, silencers would have made this attack more deadly in Las Vegas. This guy could have had silencers. If they would have really given him much of an advantage, if they would have actually helped him achieve his goal, he would have bought silencers. Nothing would have stopped him. He was a wealthy white man with no convicted background, no background of crime whatsoever. I don't know why I said white, because that doesn't really have a factor in it. But, well, some people think it does. But nothing would have stopped him from getting silencers. He didn't get them. He didn't want them. He's been collecting stuff for 20 years. I could have silencers right now if I wanted them. Nothing would stop me. It's just a hassle, and it's a hassle for no reason. So I don't know what the problem is. Don't fall for the hype. Don't give in to pressure from the other side. Actually show gun owners that you stand behind them. And I'm talking to the congressman and especially to Paul Ryan right now, because right now you're showing your true colors as far as I'm concerned. You're showing that you serve you and you only. And you're willing to give lip service to whatever you have to give lip service to, as long as it gets you what you want. But as soon as you think standing behind what you said might cost you something, you cave like a house of cards, and I, for one, am sick of it. So it's time in the Congress for every single Republican and some of you Democrats to stand up, be heard, and say, we're not going to give in to the emotion of the day. We're going to still act logically when we are enacting laws that govern our country, and we're going to use reality-based premises to base those laws on. We are not going to be spineless little bastards who bend whichever way the wind is blowing. But right now, you're not showing us that. So I'm calling for everyone right now to let these people know, either stand up, be actual representatives of the people, and do what you're supposed to do, or we will hold you accountable. You ain't even my real dad.